Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sarah Labrat and today's video is a very fun collab that I'm bringing to you guys. Angela Ann reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to collab on tips to romanticize your day and routine and writing process and reading process, kind of following the That Girl trend on TikTok and Instagram Reels. But I wanted to take a step back exactly from the That Girl concept because social media is a highlight reel, and as amazing as it is, I think it's more important for us to romanticize our days ourselves instead of the highlight reels like those That Girl TikToks that people are posting online. And so as a part of this, I am bringing you guys 10 tips to romanticize your writing routine and your routine in general to feel more productive. And then over on Angela's channel, she will be bringing you guys 10 more tips, and that video will be linked down in the description box below. And if you guys go on to enjoy this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up because that really supports my channel by telling the YouTube algorithm that you liked my video and that someone else might too. And if you are new here and you want to see more like it from me, make sure you subscribe so that you see future videos when I post them. So without further ado, let's talk about 10 tips to romanticize your writing routine and your overall routine in general to feel more productive. Number 1 is a very commonly recommended productivity tip, and that is to make your bed in the morning. There is something scientifically proven behind making your bed in the morning and how accomplishing that one task in the beginning of the day sets you up for success for the rest of your day because you've already accomplished something so early that your brain keeps wanting to accomplish things. And it also helps clear up your mind a little bit because it is a little bit tidier because you took the time to make your bed. My second tip is to take a slow morning. Even if it's like 5 or 10 minutes, take some time to journal, listen to music, drink your coffee, tea, water, go sit outside, get a little bit of sunlight to start the day. Just taking a little bit of time can put you in so much more peace so that when you get to be creative later on in the day, you want to and you're like more ready for that and you're more in the mindset of being creative because you took that slow time that your body needs to really wake up and really feel prepared for the day. I have been doing this recently before I start working. I will pour myself a glass of water, sit down at my computer, start playing some yoga music and journaling to start my day, and I found that that puts me in a much more positive mood for the rest of the day, and that positive mood makes me then want to get things done. And then sometimes I even go on Pinterest and do like a vision board or something, and it just is a very positive, like very reaffirming morning routine that I highly recommend. If you guys have a morning routine, I would love to know about it down in the comments below. Tip number 3 kind of goes hand in hand with number 2, and that is goal setting and tracking. It has been scientifically proven that if you write down your goals every single day, you are more likely to achieve them sooner. There is something so powerful about seeing your goals written down, and by starting your morning with writing down your goals, it helps keep your mind on track and remind you of the things that you are actively working towards. That is one of the things that I journal in the mornings, is writing out like 3 of my big goals that I'm currently working on and I'm trying to take active steps every day towards. Another great way to do this is to do something that I originally saw on TikTok called a hot girl walk. That is what the creator called it. However, I have chosen to call them goal setting walks because I think that that's a little bit more gender neutral. But basically, it's taking some time to get outside and go for a walk, get some sunshine, some vitamin D, and also be a little bit active while listening to music and thinking about your goals. I tried this for a while when I was living in Texas, and I really liked it. It was a great way to recenter myself in the middle of the afternoon when I would take these walks, and it would be a great way for me to like kind of reset after my morning and refocus on the things that I was trying to accomplish longer term. And that's definitely something I want to start up again on top of my journaling and goal setting in the mornings. But there's also something so incredibly positive and grounding about getting outside and going for a walk or a hike in like the middle of the day. Tip number 4 is to time lapse to feel more productive. There is something so incredibly satisfying about setting up a time lapse when you are about to do something, and this could be writing, this could be cleaning your house, your apartment, this could even apply to reading. And part of that is the act of putting down your phone so that you can't interrupt the time lapse, because if you interrupt the time lapse, then it won't be as satisfying to rewatch. So I like to time lapse myself when I am typing because it is so satisfying to look back on that after my writing session and watch it and see in a very short period of time all that I accomplished while I was working. This is also a great way to motivate myself to clean my apartment because if I set up a time lapse facing a messy room, I have to clean the entire room while the time lapse is going so that the time lapse is aesthetically pleasing to look back on. Because if I only clean a couple of things, it's not going to look as good. And I think that that is a huge part of the whole That Girl Instagram and TikTok thing. They time lapse themselves, they film themselves being productive. And so if putting together a short video every day, or not every day, but occasionally, if you're really feeling the need for that motivation, and putting together a short video of video clips that you did throughout the day of you being productive, that can be wildly helpful and incredibly validating to look back on that and see how much you accomplished within a day. It also kind of helps romanticizing the work aspect of it, because those shortened down videos are a highlight reel, but it can make you feel very, very proud of what you accomplished that day. Tip number 5 kind of goes hand in hand with tip number 4, and that is putting down your phone in another room or turning off your Wi-Fi to limit distractions. And this is one of the main reasons that I love time-lapsing myself when I write, because if my camera is time-lapsing, I cannot close out of the camera without turning off the time-lapse. So I cannot reach anything on my phone while the time-lapse is recording, which, to be completely honest, is sometimes very annoying, because I'm like, oh, well, I just want to look something up, or oh, somebody just texted me, I'm going to respond really quick. But no, those are all like little tiny distractions that when they add up, you lose so much time with those distractions. And so in eliminating those distractions, the opportunity to be far more productive is there, and you are more likely to do it because you are not as distracted. Now that my lighting is steadily getting worse because the sun is setting, let's talk about our next tip. Tip number 6 is having an accountability partner. Accountability partners are absolutely amazing because number 1, they hold you to what you say you're gonna do, and 2, when you accomplish that thing, you can brag about accomplishing that thing, which is sometimes a very satisfying feeling, but all of this helps you stay productive. And it's also nice to have an accountability partner so that the two of you or the group of you can hold one another to your goals. Tip number 7 on how to romanticize your writing routine in order to be more productive is focusing on yourself, your projects, your progress, and your success. In the age of social media, it is very, 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 very easy to get really swept up in how other people are doing and what other people are posting online. And again, the highlight reel of people's lives, because people often post about their successes, but almost never post about when they're not doing well. And so if you need to take a break from social media in order to help yourself, focus on yourself and your improvement, there are ways that you can set social media limits on your phone, or you could just straight up delete them for a period of time and then reevaluate in like a week. I personally used my phone's settings to set time limits on my social media accounts on my phone. Sometimes I hit ignore, but it does help remind myself that I have been on for a certain amount of time, which helps keep things rather mindful. Tip number 8 goes hand in hand with tip number 7, and that is prioritizing your mental health. Again, in the age of social media and the that girl stereotype and aesthetic online, it is very easy to feel overwhelmed and feel like you are not progressing as quickly as other people. So when you feel like something is coming up with mental health, prioritize it. Taking a break when a break is needed, and not writing if you feel like you can't one day, and then being able to forgive yourself for not writing on a certain day is so healthy. I think we all need to be a little bit nicer to ourselves, and prioritizing your mental health is a great way to actually end up being more productive, because focusing on your mental health is way better for you long term and even short term. Tip number 9 is to take yourself on cute little writing or reading dates. And what I mean by that is either going to a library, a bookstore, or a coffee shop and browsing the aisles looking for a new book, or sitting down at a table and getting some writing done and living that coffee shop writer dream. And if coffee shops are not open in your area, you can always take your computer or a notebook and go sit outside on a park bench or something and get some words done that way. That is a really great way to get out of your normal writing space and help romanticize your writing process and your writing routine, especially if you've been in a little bit of a rut recently. It's a really great way to spice things up and keep things fresh. And then my last tip, tip number 10, is to take a few minutes every night to clean up and organize your writing space, your room, your apartment, your house, your kitchen, that clutter around us causes. Because this can be such an inhibiting thing with creativity if you're in a messy space. It's a great way to clear up the mental fog for the next day of creativity, as well as it being a really great time to reflect on the things that you did accomplish during that day, working on winding down so that you sleep better, and thinking about what you want to accomplish the following day. These are my top 10 tips to romanticize romanticize your writing routine to stay productive and have an overall productive time, but also prioritize mental health. Because while I love watching that girl TikToks and Instagram reels, it's not sustainable, and a lot of it is not real, and much of it is faked, because much of it is just highlight clips from a full day condensed down into like 30 seconds or a minute. And this is just a friendly reminder that nobody's writing process is perfect. We're all improving, we're all working on ourselves, and we're all trying to be better, and trying to maximize our productivity within our writing schedules is often a part of that. Now that you guys are done watching this video, I'm gonna leave Angela's channel linked down in the description box and up here, and I highly recommend that you guys go check that out now. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe, because that is the easiest way to support me on this platform. I'm currently posting videos twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays, and so I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.